What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Clangin and Bangin with Mikey. Episode 5. And so far, prep's going really well. Um, what I'm doing is really helping me drop weight and everything. So I'm right on par with what I got going on with that. But tonight we're gonna talk about vibes, vibes, signs, whatever terminology you want to use, and how to pay attention to patterns and how to know when it's time just to chalk it up and keep it moving. I'm a very big believer in paying attention to the details. I've always been that way. Guys who've known me since I was a little kid, I've always been that way. And I've always thought in terms of most people think in terms of days or weeks, whatever, but I think in terms of months and years. So when I do stuff, it's because I'm setting myself up for months or years down the road that this one particular thing compounded with other things on top of that will help me get to my goals. And some people may think I'm weird for doing that, but this is how I operate. And another thing, when I say I have this little catchphrase. I say, pay attention to the details in every situation because they matter, and it's true. I've known a lot of people who go back and forth with trying to make stuff work, whether it's a marriage, a relationship, or even if it's a job. I've known guys or people, and when I say guys, I mean men and women, who stay at a job that doesn't benefit them, or they're too afraid to step out and do what they want to do, so they stay put because it's comfortable, because they get a check every 2 weeks, or the work that they do is not challenging or just challenging enough where they stay put. I've always been the type, ever since probably my early 20s, to step outside my comfort zone and do stuff that scares me. Because if you do stuff that scares you, it's called growth. And I think a lot of people are afraid to do that. Or a lot of people, they talk about doing that. Whether it's on social media, whether it's Instagram, Snapchat, or whatever platform you use. And that video that I made in my Instagram page, when I said don't be concerned with people who are always catching dubs on social media, because believe it or not, a lot of those dubs are just what they want you to see. They want you to see the wins. They don't want you to see when they broken down and they at wits end, or they have this persona that they have to upkeep because that's what they think people want to see. And with my channel and how I do things, it's not like that. I'm very in tune with what I gotta do, and I'm also very in tune with who belongs in my circle and who doesn't. And the length of friendship, whether it's months, years, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. If we don't think the same, then there's no point for us to even be associates, to even think, to even talk. And I'm not saying just totally ghost a person or whatever it is, but just keep them at bay, because there's no point in doing small talk. I've never been a fan of that. I don't understand people who do stuff like that. My mind doesn't compute that. There's no room for that. So when automatically I hear small talk, my brain just goes, it shuts down, because it's a waste of time. Like, I'm paying attention, but I'm not listening to what's being said because it's not important. And when I say that, when you talk to people, it should be of importance. It should be of something of substance, not gossiping about, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, or who has the freshest kicks or whatever, or who has the nicest car, or how much money you make. That's little man syndrome. And that's what I call that. I also call that checking people's pockets. Because if you were so concerned with how you were doing, you could probably improve your situation by just being aware of what you're doing. And I think a lot of people, when it comes to vibes and whatnot, or when it comes to friendships, they want to hold on to something that's no longer beneficial. And also, that leads me to patterns. Now, a pattern, if you look up the definition of it, it's something that's done twice. I'll say that again. The definition of pattern is something that's done twice. And when you see the same pattern twice, believe it. Because no amount of words can cover up that action or that lack of action. No amount of words can disguise that. And believe those patterns. Don't try to change an individual. Don't try to make excuses for them. Believe him. Because they're indirectly telling you without even saying a word, this is who I am. All that stuff on social media, all that stuff and that you see, all that positive energy that I try to bring out of people, it's a farce. You know, it's a fallacy. It's invalid. It's null and void. And I think a lot of people, they want to make excuses for individuals because of that. Because a lot of people, they hate being alone. They hate having to sit there with their thoughts. And they hate trying to figure out who they really are. Because if you ask a person who, simple question, like, who are you really? A lot of people can't answer that. They can't answer that because they don't know. And that's the reasons why I come up with the quotes that I do, because it's like a lot of the times it's me talking from experience. Not that what I write involves me most of the time, but because of all the stuff that I've seen my friends go through, my family go through, acquaintances that I know, my circle, my good close friends, the ones I confide in. I've seen a lot of stuff happen where people keep going back to old situations and old things and they want something better. And we all do it. I'm a victim of it. We're all a victim of it. But at the same time, you have to recognize what the patterns are. And if you can recognize that, and if that doesn't vibrate at your level, then simply remove yourself. Because there's no point in trying to change an individual who's not you. I said it again. There's no point in trying to change an individual who's not you. So basically what I'm saying is that only you can change you. So if only you can change you, go find like-minded people. Go find people who think the same thing you do. But make sure that their actions match their words. Because a lot of people, they do a lot of this. But when it comes time to put action behind them words, they can't do it. Or they don't want to do it. Or they're too afraid to be exposed for who they truly are. And that's fine. Like I said, don't get mad at an individual. Don't get frustrated. Just remove yourself from that situation. Because there's no point in stressing over something that you can't control. And I was telling one of my partners that we was having a conversation, and I said, look, bro, we grown men. The only people who can control our emotions is ourselves. So we're choosing to become involved in a situation that has nothing to do with us. We're choosing to react the way we react. And that's why I'm very stoic in my approach. I don't really talk to people that much. I don't really converse with people that much. Like, yeah, I'm a friendly dude, but I ain't going to sit there and have a 20, 30-minute conversation with your ass about bullshit. Never been that way, never going to be that way. Sorry, ain't built that way. And to wrap this up, man, it's like, just pay attention to the vibes, bro. If the vibes don't align with what they're saying, then go. Don't get mad, don't get bitter, don't get jealous. Just keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, your happiness and your peace is what matters. Everything else, man, that shit a distraction. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Hope you guys enjoy these videos, and hopefully they're beneficial to what you're going through. And I see you guys on the flip side. Goes.